For the first time since December of 2007, the New Jersey Devils have won 9 straight hockey games. Yes, that is correct, 9 straight. They defeat the Arizona Coyotes by a score of 4-2 on Saturday. I'm James Burley for WFUV Sports, and I can't lie, I've had the pleasure of watching some history play out in real time at The Rock this season. The Devils once again come out on top. And they follow a recent trend early in this one where they don't necessarily have their best stuff, but still come away with results. They end the first period up 2-1 despite being outshot 9-6 and despite not looking quite like themselves. Tomas Tatar gets the first goal off a lovely team play from the top line. Nico Hughes with some excellent skill moves on the far circle, plays it behind the net for Fabian Zetterlund, who cycles it back in front for Tatar, who roofs it home. And while the Devils started to look like they were going to take control at this point, an unlucky goal the other way, they take a penalty, and on the power play, Dylan Guenther tries to throw the puck across the face of goal, deflects off the backside of Jonas Stiegenthaler, and goes past an unfortunate Akira Schmid in goal to tie the game at 1-1. But not 24 seconds later, it's Jack Hughes streaking down the right wing side and in the circle fires a beauty of a wrist shot past Karel Vejmelka in the Coyotes goal and just absolutely roofs this one. Nothing Vejmelka could do to stop it. 2-1, we head into intermission. And then it was in this second period where the Devils really started to come to life. Despite this, though, the Coyotes draw first blood in the second period off Clayton Keller, who gets a pass from Travis Boyd. J.J. Moser feeds it into him, and just an absolutely silky bit of skill from Clayton Keller to dangle through the Devils' defense and then beat Akira Schmid on the backhand. And now, despite those two blemishes, a couple of unfortunate goals for Schmid to give up, he was almost perfect tonight. He only had to face 18 shots. But when he was called upon, much like he was in relief against the Senators on Thursday night, he was sharp, squaring up to the puck, keeping the puck out of dangerous areas with his rebounds, and the crowd loved it. The atmosphere at The Rock was spectacular. It was the first sellout in I don't know how long. It must be years for Devils fans to feel like they've had a sellout that wasn't dominated by fans from New York. So it was a special atmosphere that Akira Schmid got to be a part of, and he was feeding off of it as he got better as the game went on. But so did the Devils. Jesper Boqvist gets on the end of a feed from Eric Halla, and it takes a couple tries, but he beats Vejmelka to put the Devils back in front. And then, despite having a rough day on the power play unit converts for the Devils. It's Dougie Hamilton on a one-timer to beat Vejmelka to make it 4-2 as we head into the third intermission. And now the third period was actually rather quiet. Neither team looked that threatening, but the Devils were really, really sharp. They even took fewer risks in that third period, with Coach Lindy Ruff stating after the game that they decided when they were on the power play to throw out 2 natural defensemen instead of 1 blue liner just to make things more secure, and it worked. The Devils shut the door in that third period, and they never looked like losing once they regained the lead in that second, and that second period was phenomenal. They outshot the Coyotes 14-5 through that 20-minute frame. Another solid performance from the Devils, and they deserve to be on this 9-game winning streak. And I'll tell you what, the fans certainly deserve this too. They have been suffering since 2011-2012 when the Devils went to the Cup final and fell to the Kings in 6 games. It feels like this has been a long time coming for the Devils, and I feel like the Devils fans also reciprocate those feelings back towards the coach. There was a fan section that even started a "Sorry Lindy Ruff" chant, and we heard "Fire Lindy Ruff" chants at the beginning of the season, so things are starting to come full circle in New Jersey. Got to hear from Coach Lindy Ruff post-game, and he actually addressed what he thought of the "Sorry Lindy" chants. Take a listen.
You know what's funny is that they asked the coaches that after the game, and there's not a single coach that heard that, including me. I said, I said, I accept the apology. Someday us and the fans are going to sit down and have a beer and laugh about that one.
The Devils will be back in action on Tuesday at the Bell Center in Montreal to take on the Canadiens before heading to Toronto and Ottawa subsequently. Another point of mention from Coach Ruff post-game is that Vitek Vanacek will be available for the Devils and will travel on that Canadian road trip, which means Nico Daws will be sent back down to Utica. But that's not to say that Akira Schmid was not spectacular against Ottawa and Arizona this past week. So great work from the young Swiss goaltender to reemerge back and actually win over some fans. He drew a lot of ire from fans last year because of the mediocre goaltending situation. So to see him rise to the occasion when it mattered most this year was just spectacular. But that's not to say that also Vitek Vanacek won't be welcomed back with open arms. He has been excellent too. 6 straight wins from him. He's been a top 10 NHL goaltender. So the only onwards and upwards for the Devils as they go to Canada. A tough road trip, but they came out of Western Canada with 3 wins out of 3. Maybe they can do it here too. With that said, it has been an absolute pleasure so far watching the Devils on this win streak. Hopefully it continues when they come back from Canada, and maybe they start to set some more records. But we can only hope. We can only sit and watch. With that said, I'm James Burley for WFUV Sports, and I'll see you guys next time.